No, that's crazy. No, what are we talking about?
Speaking of, I guess we've just been kind of going off.
Rambling.
We're going to talk about, since we're talking about companies being terrible, you had companies being terrible that you wanted to talk about today.
I did. So, in good news, eyebrow raise, we're getting a new Fallout. Yippee! Problem though, they were bullied into making it. So at context, Xbox has 2 records. Caleb, do you know of these 2 records they hold?
No, I know. Nah, you know what? Just tell me, because I don't want to spoil what you're about to say with me saying something. I want you to.
So Xbox holds the first and second place of laying off employees in gaming studios at record numbers. They laid off like 3,000 people. Not as of recently. It was about a few months ago. Weeks ago. Just laid them all off, right?
Yeah, I think that was right before the Sony stuff happened.
Yep. So,
but then there was kind of good news that came after that happened, that the new executive said that, like, when she inherited Xbox, she basically inherited like a
corpse,
a box that was about to explode. She's like, how is this so mismanaged?
It's terrible.
All of their purchasing of companies, to the shock of absolutely no one, because they weren't making games and weren't producing money, was actually killing Xbox.
Yeah, so they had to lay off people. It's kind of a double-edged sword there. But
they also have now released multiple companies from their grasp, so now they're back to being independent developers again. So they're free to produce whatever they want.
Yeah, so that's what they do, right? And they own Obsidian, and Obsidian had a whole bunch of layoffs as well. And apparently what's being told right now is that Xbox told Obsidian to stop making their current sequel to, I don't know, one of their games. Doesn't really matter. But they had a different project in mind. And then all of a sudden, as of today of this recording, Xbox goes to Obsidian and goes, hey, no, don't do that whatsoever. The guy who helped the director of Fallout New Vegas, he is now in control. Make a Fallout.
Oh, no.
So, Gift of Apollo, real quick. I think this is a bad idea. Not only was that not their original intention, second off, okay, a little bit of a gaming rant. Hold on, I gotta get my pants down.
I'm starting to feel my face.
Yippee!
I can feel my lips.
Wow. So, I wanna kind of bounce this idea off of you and kind of yap about it myself. I do not think it's ever, other than maybe a few times of it happening, but it's under different contexts, where a previous game director and or development team is going to make a sequel. But the problem is, it's like, oh yeah, this is the original team that made that. Wrong. It's never the original team. People leave after projects. The freelancers aren't there. Insert any number of excuses. It's never the original team. And hearing these type of announcements for, like, first off, sad for Obsidian to get literally bullied and be like, hey, so we lost a bunch of money and we need you to make it back. Make another New Vegas for us, or New Vegas adjacent Fallout game for us.
Like what?
Huge order. Gigantic order. Second off, you have the director, but you don't have the original team. I view this announcement as a bad thing. I have very little expectations, and I'm like, what are you gonna do?
Oh, their last game was terrible.
And that's another thing. Oh my God, Obsidian made New Vegas. They're so good. I'm sorry to say this, dude, but like, Obsidian's only made one fucking good game.
One game.
And like, I think
lightning in a bottle.
Really, truly, like, okay. I think the lightning in a bottle statement is a little bit of a misnomer, given the fact that scientists have said, like, you know, you can get struck twice by lightning. So the lightning in the bottle thing is like, you can catch lightning multiple times. What New Vegas really was capturing the essence of just fucking good luck. And it just slowly fades away with time. And it's just like, dude, I do not think this is going to be good. They have no plan of this. They're just being thrown into this. Maybe, if anything, maybe this could be the remake. Never specified it was going to be anything. So it could be a New Vegas remake, which that I'm for. I do want a New Vegas remake because then I don't have to deal with the shitty fucking mod loader and how the game is built with. And I'm not kidding you here. Sticks and fucking stones and maybe a little bit of duct tape. That would be good. But a whole new game being in development now, but at the cost of a whole different project that apparently was successful enough to get a sequel is just sad, dude. It's a very, we've been on this gaming thing for like almost like about a month and a half now, and it's just like cool, but like you laid off all these people. On top of that, a lot of the current Xbox employees that didn't get laid off are holding a memorial for everybody who did get laid off. Caleb and Post, ask me for the picture or find it on Twitter. It's sad. Like I have no enthusiasm for this. It's like telling me like, hey, you got a brand new sweater.
Yeah.
It was made by slave children.
Oh, well, that makes the sweater not. I don't want the sweater.
I don't want the sweater.
I don't like that.
I really don't. I'm just like, oof.
Yeah.
That's bad. On top of that as well, the CEO of Sony sold like half of his shares the other day. So it's like, I think the physical disc like story actually has layers to it. I think there's actually a whole ass conspiracy theory here.
I'm sure there is.
It seems like there's no way, dude. Like it is such a weird time in gaming. We didn't get that video recorded, sadly, a few weeks ago.
It died.
But it's just like these major companies are dumb. Like really dumb.
They're making such bonehead. You know your decision's so boneheaded when everybody's waiting for you to post on Twitter just so they can jump gang up on you. Literally, that's all the retweets I've been seeing is people just like waiting with bets for Sony to make a post.
It's the nuclear family, the wife, the two kids behind the door with knives as like the dad's walking up. It's like, hey guys, Spider-Man, shut the hell up.
Get him
now.
Yeah.
I think
Sony's done like irreparable damage to themselves at this point.
I do not think the PlayStation 6 is going to sell well.
No.
I heavily
if they stay with their current path, it definitely will not.
I think you might have to get a whole new CEO. I feel like there's going to be some like crazy shakeups here soon.
Yeah.
And definitely with the Game Awards having all these like companies doing newer companies showing off what they can do. I think we're going to see a bit of a different era of gaming. I think Steam low key could capitalize on the market if it wasn't for the fucking AI shit. And the Steam machine should be able to kick ass.
That's also a problem that's affecting all of them. Is the AI, all the stupid AI stuff is literally like bottlenecking
everybody.
Not to keep using the bottlenecking terms. I feel like we're using that a lot lately, but it really is like it's halting any further development or like progress that these companies could have. But then they're also shooting themselves in the foot at the same time, except for Steam and Nintendo, I guess.
Steam is fine. I think Nintendo has a little bit of ways to go.
Nintendo is literally just Luigi wins by doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
They have not changed their strategy. They haven't done anything crazy. They literally just released the console of all consoles that can play anything at a good frame rate. Pretty much what people want in a console, and they just said, all right,
that's it.
They also hired, like they added new positions into the company where everybody else had layoffs. Nintendo's like, yeah, we're gonna hire more people and give our people raises.
Japan.
Japan. Wasn't Sony Japan too?
I think it's just all Sony.
Sony just sucks, apparently.
Yeah, no, they haven't been, dude. That it kind of low key. Gift of Apollo just kicking in right now. The Spider-Man movie. I forget. I don't know what Across the Spider-Verse Part 2.
Oh, shit.
Kind of was like the writing on the wall that like Sony does not have control over its like creative sectors at fucking all. At all.
Are you saying because they said it was going to be
delayed like 4 times over, and then there's like cast like conflict because someone's like, I love you, and the girl goes, no. It's like,
didn't he do that again?
I think he did like that.
Like
Miles actor.
He posted himself with a new girl, and then that girl was also like,
no.
He did that 3 times.
Yeah,
because it was with what's her face? I can't remember her name.
Put her on screen.
That girl, the one that everybody likes from
put her on screen.
That movie.
Yeah,
and then there's the girl who played Catwoman. Was it Zoe Kravitz that he
tried to date with Zoe Kravitz?
He posted like a video of them together as if they were like dating, and she immediately was like, "I'm literally engaged. Why are you posting stuff like this?"
Crazy.
And so he got flack for that. And then I think
Miles is V8.
I think he did it again. I think he did it a 3rd time this year, because I think the Zoe Kravitz one was last year after. Why am I forgetting her name?
Here,
that girl. After she announced that she was getting married to Josh Allen.
Yeah,
so he posted the Zoe Kravitz video, and then it was like in 2023 during like the premiere of Spider-Verse,
I do remember this.
That all of this started because he's like, yeah, I really feel my connection with her. Like, you know, like it's almost as if we in real life have a thing, saying stuff like that.
Yeah, I do. Oh,
just the look on her face was just like,
no.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? That's fucking.
Are you sure?
No.
And then Josh Allen bagged her.
That's true.
But we gotta be real here. He bagged her. She didn't bag him. He bagged her.
Yeah.
Like, man,
got fucking stolen.
Poor Josh Allen.
Yeah,
he might actually be Super Bowl cucked for the rest of his career.
I don't know why anybody thought he was gonna go anywhere. The Bills will always suck eternally.
That's what's funny is the Bills are actually a good team, but they just fall short every time. And it's always like the most ridiculous way for them to lose.
Don't choke like the Buffalo Bills.
Don't be the Bills.
Nope. Yeah, no, but Sony just doesn't have control over anything. I feel like that company is just. I don't get it. Do people just hire stupid people?
Yes. I've come to the conclusion that people who grew up with money
are dumb.
Are stupid.
Yeah.
They might actually be stupid. Because when you hear like how these CEOs talk about like the world and like, oh, this is what people want. Oh, this is how we can do stuff. This is how this is the future. And it's like, yeah, so you've never done a single day of actual work in your life, have you?
Or talk to really any normal person.
Because like, what was it? I'm trying to think. Like the whole AI thing that they're like, yeah, in the future we'll just have robots do all our jobs, and it's like, yeah, so what do we do?
Yeah, where do you get your money?
So how do we make money? Because we know you're gonna make money by, you know, having your robots bring in your revenue, but like us who would be doing that job, like how do we make money?
Yeah, you don't.
Because if we don't have money, then we die.
Yeah,
because you're definitely not going to give us food.
Yeah.
So what's your plan there, idiot?
And then it just evolves into
and this is why their plans always fail. This is why so many of their stupid rockets always explode.
Yeah.
Because they're
losing
on their
billions.
stupid high horse. So much money being wasted on projects that lead to absolutely nothing other than emboldening their egos.
I think that's really all it is. I think it's just the number just getting bigger. I think it's just the number chasing.
That's all they care about.
It kind of feels like Monster Hunter when I'm just trying to get a bigger number after every consecutive hit.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's really just that. I'm like, dude, no one's. I remember being in a VC recently, and like Ethan's like arguing with Jarrett about like, oh, AI, and I'm like, Ethan, what you're arguing? I didn't argue with him because I feel like Ethan's like my brother or like my dad, where the goalposts will always be moved. So I don't bother with him. Love you, Ethan. I think you're cool.
Love you, Ethan.
But it's just like. So what you're arguing against me, Ethan, and Grayson here for is that you just want a glorified, better search engine. That's all you're asking for. So what you could have just told me here is I just want a better search engine.
You don't need AI for that.
Yeah.
Like, or I guess so here's where it's like it's confusing for some, because technically what has existed in the past was technically a version of AI. It's just the new versions that they're doing now are so unnecessarily like
extra.
Like the amount of stuff that they're doing is useless.
Terrible.
Because like, do you remember hearing about PewDiePie, how he made his own like AI?
Yeah, integrated one.
Yeah, the integrated AI that is running on your own PC that you don't need, like it's not gonna eat up an entire lake, a city's worth of water that you know, like people need water, but you know, like we could just run that right there on the computer, like how it always was before, you actual imbeciles.
No, it's really stupid right now.
It's dumb.
It feels like a perfect storm of just like an old generation just not knowing what the fuck they're doing, and then a bunch of people who've had like a bunch of money just look at a wall and just keep on smashing their head into it. I'm like, dude,
stop.
You don't need to do any of this. Like, I like past like the Google AI search feature. Sure, everything past that is like, no one's gonna watch this. No one
like that's. It's actually like use. It's just like they're doing it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah, and the only people I think I really hate. Okay, we're gonna talk about FIFA real quick. I really hate all the AI generated memes of all the FIFA players showing up because I'm all like, cool. Why the fuck did you make a whole thing doing this?
You didn't need to do that.
No, and oh god, I love my girlfriend. I love the country of Guatemala. I really do. I want to go back. I might even live there when I'm older. You people need to stop fucking using AI in ads. Oh my
dude, it's
god,
so
it was bad. And I think I was in a bar with Nat's dad, drinking a cold one with him, right? Legendary moment. And I'm just, he's right. I don't know. Jose's right here talking to me, and then I look over in the corner. It's on a wall. There was a soccer game playing, and like every other fucking Guatemalan ad was just AI. And I'm all like, are the only people liking the AI ads or the AI memes are just people who just don't give a fuck? Which, technically speaking, statistically, 8 billion people? Yes. Or is it 9? I forget the number. 8, 9, whatever fucking number we're at with how many bodies are on this planet. It's just like statistically, yeah, you're gonna get people who watch this shit. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? It's so. I try to wrap my head around it. I get it. It's easier. It's freer to do. But like, I don't know. I think a lot of people just fail to comprehend like the morality of it. But then even then, it gets into like a bigger social like debate of, well, maybe the average person just doesn't have morals, and it's just like, I don't give a fuck. But maybe it's not the average person. It's just there's apparently like
a lot of people who just don't have that morals.
Oh, yeah, they just like, I don't care by any other means. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
And you know, I think we can see that. We definitely see that in society, that there's just a lot of people who just genuinely don't care about anything other than like, I think their own little area.
I think low key, this isn't like an original like crisis event. Like throughout all of human history, I know old people have been saying it's the end of times. The youth is rambunctious. Oh God, that's been happening since we have like historical recordings of old people doing that. Always been wrong, by the way. If you hear an old person complaining, time immemorial. But this is different. This is like, oh, we're seeing people actually not give a fuck about another person's work and shit. And like this technically, maybe it's a half truth, because I ended up recently finding out about a comic book artist who would like alter already existing art on Photoshop and then like say it was his own. So like technically it's not new, but it's evolved into something drastically worse, and then it's way easier to do that. At least that guy, I forgot his name. Maybe Caleb can look him up. He was a pretty infamous case. He at least had to have Photoshop skills in order to modify things and then print them out. So there was like a level of skill, but it was like some definite like con artistry. Now it's just like, oh, my grandma can do this. This is bad.
Yeah. No, like I don't know. Have I not ranted about this yet? What? I think because I at work. Like,
they wanted to use AI or something?
Well, there's that. Mm-hmm. But like at work, because I'm in like summertime, there's not a lot of sports going on. So I have to, unfortunately, am forced to use the Facebook that I was forced to have to look through and see if there's any sporting events going on. Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, I had an uncanny valley moment a couple weeks ago doing that.
You said uncanny valley, and I thought one of the scary like TikTok uncanny valley people. But
like it was like this, because I'm scrolling and I'm noticing so much AI content as I'm scrolling through that my brain starts to be like, who and what on this app is actually even real?
Yes, dead internet theory.
At the same time that was happening, so I didn't even really like even say this out loud. At the same time that was happening, I was scrolling through TikTok and I kept seeing like these videos of people like, there's this one in specific that this guy was like, okay, take a look at this. And he like looked at a topic that was trending on TikTok. And he was like, if you look through, and I showed my mom this, and she didn't even notice it at first, but I immediately was like, I clocked in
this on my mom,
that as you're scrolling through that topic, there's multiple girls talking about it, but the audio is exactly the same on each, but the girls that are talking are all completely different.
Yeah. And then you can't tell if it's like a trend where girls are just using the same audio and they're like, fuck, now I'm in a state of limbo.
You're like, holy crap. But it's like, because you might think maybe it is a trend and they're just like moving their lips to make it look like they're talking, which would be stupid in itself. But there's the same topic and there's other videos with different girls talking, but it's the same audio. So it's like a different audio, but these girls are all saying the same thing, and it's like the same voice. So it's like, okay, so we've gotten to the point. This is also part of that period of time that I was looking at TikTok, that we've gotten to the point of dead internet theory, that now it's getting like, because for a while people are like, hey, we're not really seeing as much AI stuff. No, we're at the point of dead internet that you're not noticing the AI stuff anymore, because it's gotten that. It's either we've seen it so much that we're blind to it, or it's gotten so advanced that now we can't even tell.
Or the prompts get rid of all like the things where it fails, like the hands or like certain background elements. It's that type of shit. Honestly, man,
if you're just doing like a silhouette of a person's face to do like how they do like the cuts, that like, and I think an AI would thrive being able to do that, because they're able to make faces look very realistic.
When you feed it 100 billion images of human faces, they're gonna eventually end up getting it.
And it's and like you're saying with the AI advertisements, not only am I seeing like local businesses using AI to create like any like advertisement poster or like make their character models or anything, which I think is insanely stupid when you're trying to promote a local business and you're not supporting other local businesses whose entire business is to create advertisements for your business. You're actively going, like, this entire stupid community is like, oh, we gotta support our local businesses, blah blah blah, and you don't even support actual local people, local artists that could do the job for you of creating something. You just completely ignore them and use AI, which is literally like shilling to a big like, why would there's no point of shopping local if those local people are not even endorsing other local brands. Like, that's how that's supposed to work. That's how a local economy is supposed to work, but they're just shilling out and being stupid and being like, oh, we could just use AI to make it so much easier on ourselves. Well, you silly Billy Goose, say goodbye to all those other people whose jobs were to do specifically what you just asked the AI to do, and now think in the future.
They lost all their jobs and now they can't pay for your product.
Now they can't pay for your product.
Capitalism.
And now the local farm can't afford to operate. I guess the local farm has to sell it to the big farm, and now there's no more local farms because you were so effing stupid to not, like, you're blind to the fact that you are actively tainting the idea of local business by not supporting other local businesses who do this job that is literally.
Is that how it's working? Is that the big brain play? You make an step one, make an AI generation tool. Make all local businesses in a nearby area use that local business. Local businesses who specialize in being an artist die. Yeah. They can't pay for anything. They have to move on. The local business from step 2 dies because nobody is buying their product because it all dies. It gets sold back to me. I then repeat the process.
Pretty much, I think that is
that the big brain play?
That's probably exactly what, like, the big move is. It's either that or the billionaires are just gonna luck out that this happens in their favor. Either way, it's like, I think it's just so, like, ridiculous for the amount of AI advertisements I'm seeing these people do, when you could you yourself could pick up a pen. You could go into Paint. You don't have to pay for anything. You could go into Microsoft Paint and be making these graphics. Also, the fact that you're a business and you're not willing to spend just a little bit of money to just make a tax write-off,
by the way. Why aren't you doing that?
You actual idiots. Like, literally, it's such an easy task to do, and you're just choosing not to do it because you're either lazy or greedy, which makes me just not want to support your business. Yeah. In either sense. Like, when I see a business, or like right now, when I see like stuff made with AI online, I just ignore it. Oh yeah. Because I'm like, to my knowledge, this isn't even real, so I might as well not even endorse it. Like, I saw like they're having like a basketball camp, but it was like fully being created by AI, and I was like, I don't even know if this is a real camp, so why would I endorse that?
Remember, we're at the early stages of this. It's not going to happen until like probably 5-10 years from now, sad to say, but like once things get moving and like the younger generation like starts to get into positions of power, it's slowly happening. I'm seeing it. It is gonna rock everybody, and they're just gonna like, oh wow, no one is supporting this, and no one is. There's a domino effect, and as somebody who does tax write-offs and shit, why the fuck aren't you buying shit, dude? You know how much money you can get back from the government by fucking spending money? It's just doing ludicrous.
Stuff. As a business. Like,
don't use AI. You are literally fucking yourselves and having to pay more taxes.
It's true. And most of these people pay. That's what's even worse, is they pay for the AI service.
Oh yeah, no.
When you could just pay to do it yourself. Like, it'd actually be cheaper if you just did it yourself, because you could do it yourself without even spending money.
Exactly. I think honestly, just like Fortnite and the whole like battle royale genre, this is the fad.
Yeah, it 100% is. It 100%. It is definitely a fad, because there's.
How long did NFTs last? Like 2 years?
I don't even think 2. It was like 6 months in, and people just started bullying anybody they saw with an NFT.
Yeah,
because literally you were buying nothing.
Yeah.
And in this case, you're basically buying like people keep saying, you're buying a thneed.
You're buying
like these are just needs.
No.
Like they're like, look at this tool that can do everything and anything, and you're like, yeah, but it doesn't really do anything in specific that great that you couldn't use another tool for. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, your own hands. You know, everybody has like hands and a brain that can like create things, and like if you don't happen to have either of those, there are people who do. That you like, this is how like society works, is whatever skill that you lack in, you can find a person who isn't lacking in that skill and they can help you.
If anything, long term, not using AI is probably going to benefit you more.
Oh yeah,
because I think because
you gain actual experience.
Not only that, depending on how some of those studies go, and if it is really true that your brain just degrades, imagine like a toddler, sad to say, just using that over time, not realizing their full potential with their brain, versus a child who doesn't. Dude, you're going to see some like crazy switch up in the future. I genuinely believe as time progresses, a lot of those rich families are going to lose all of their fucking money because one of their family members is just going to royally fuck up, and some like poverty kid shows up like, yeah, so I had no access to any of that, and then used my literal experienced base talents to crush everybody, like logistically and literally physically, like through their own work or craft. Like, I don't know, as I view it like this. Somebody's going to make an AI movie and it might look good, but then there's going to be somebody who does it all by hand, and everyone's like, whoa, the genius, the way that you actually ended up doing this, not only because you did it by yourself, and then it's, you know, it's unique using different camera angles. It's not like the AI which searched through the same repetitive 500 movies versus yours, who's like tries to be unique. The lighting is different. The colors are different. Like, you know, stuff like that. Like there's a lot more. That's a very, very technical thing, but you'll see the difference. The more technical the art, or the more technical a thing is, AI just cannot do it. It's gonna fault more times than not. You see it even now, and even if it's in the future, I doubt it's going to be able to fully replicate anything to a decent degree. And that other person, regardless if it's the movie example or the poverty kid example, they're going to kick your ass. They're going to figure it out. Yeah,
I mean, we're already seeing it. But I think too, an accompanying idea that you kind of brought up earlier. I think you brought it up earlier. But anyway, it was we're talking about something that I can't remember how we got what made me think of this, but basically, like, humans, I think, are being like, because of how the internet works at its current form, are being so individualized in like how they want to exist, that they're trying to find any way to not have like interactions with other humans, like at least not good ones. Because like the idea of, do you remember back in the day, the whole like bullying, cyberbullying? If you see people cyberbully because you wouldn't actually talk like that to somebody in person.
I know what you're talking about.
But now we're seeing that internet ideology is leaking into real life. That instead of people being like, they wouldn't talk like that in person, they're now actually like, their internet personality is the personality that they're using every day.
That's a persona ass plot. You just told me, their shadow is now leaking into their normal lives and they're acting completely different. Yeah, no, I remember. It's
true. Like, we're seeing it more and more, and I think that's part of like the problem with AI is that people are replacing actual humans with AI. So not only are you like replacing artists who could be making like these graphics for you, but people are like using AI for like advice and like therapy.
Dude,
and it's
holy fuck! Do not do that.
It's like an AI can't help you in terms of that.
Yeah.
because it's so limited. It can only give you so much facts and knowledge that it knows from the internet. When like what's the ethos, pathos, logos, whichever one's the emotion side, that's the part that actually matters. Like that's why you talk to another person about certain things, because that's like that's the part that really matters.
It's almost like I'm gonna use this example. It's extreme, but I think it kind of pulls the point across. I want to blow my brains out. I'm depressed. I can't do anything. The indomitable hope cord friend. Why? There's so much to life to live. My brain, which could not comprehend that fact in my depressed state, is now feeling better. This happens all the time. People will get into a corner of their mind in their metaphorical little mind box up here, and until a entirely different ego comes to them, that is when it changes. So when you're getting fed a yes man response through the AI, dude, of course they're gonna fucking be weirdos. I going back a few points. I don't want to compare this to the Black Plague, but I think there is going to be a major difference between somebody who can act by themselves versus somebody who can't. I think what's going to end up happening in our 40s, in our 30s, is you will see a very interesting divide between Gen Z and then later generations of people who can do something and somebody who can't.
Well, I wouldn't even say it's specifically like generation wise, because I feel like we're seeing a lot of the older generations are really leaning towards AI
because they have they don't have any defenses against the internet.
But like the millennials, I'm seeing the millennials, like they're some of the first to fall victim to this. And it's like,
because they weren't, how do I put it? I'm sorry to say this. I don't think millennials actually were raised on the internet. We were raised on the internet. They had the internet. They
merely adopted the internet.
I was born in it. I see so much bullshit, and I can fucking clock so many things. I don't click links in no more. I'm not fucking stupid.
Yeah, no.
I sometimes do, and I go, suspicious.
I don't click nothing.
Oh yeah.
I don't trust anything.
I know how my friends text. If I get a weird text from them, dead. Deleted. Calling them, hey, is that fucking you on Discord? No? Called it. Seen it happen to too many people. I think Gen Z is smart. And I know, and I want to go full Markiplier in here. I don't trust the statistics. They say Gen Z's like they're the biggest generation using it. First off, where are you pulling that info from? Because I swear to God, if it's just Gen Z's using it, but you're counting the fucking Google search results, I'm going to beat your ass.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're totally fucking
which is from what I was seeing,
it.
Going back to the whole Sony thing, like that's exactly like Sony's logic, because they're like, people are buying more digital sales without counting the fact that a majority of what is on their marketplace is digital only anyway. That like they're not talking about the digital sales compared to physical, like the games that come out physically and digitally, not comparing those two sales. They're comparing the sales of all digital, which I think what Alex is saying is probably true with AI, that they're like, look at, of all these Gen Zs, look at how many times they use AI in your lives. Well, for one, we're forced to. Yeah. Anytime you do a stupid search on anything, you're forced to get the AI answer first. There's no way to get rid of that.
Yeah.
And for two, again, like something I heard, I think this was back in college, is that when they do like surveys like that, they are often skewed because the people who do respond are the ones that
do use it.
You would, like that would be expected to respond. Like you call, somebody calls about an election in Grant County, that the majority of the people that are going to answer are going to be Republican anyway.
Yeah.
Like, cause like either A, they're Democrat and don't care, or B, they're neither party and also don't care.
Yeah.
Like the only ones who are crazy about politics in this county are going to be Republican. So you're going to be getting more conservative ideologies from that. So with the AI standpoint, if you're getting anything from an AI company about AI, you're already getting skewed, because the people who already like those companies and like AI are of course going to be more positive have a more positive response about AI than somebody like me who doesn't use AI hardly at all
and wasn't asked about this survey.
Doesn't use AI unless I'm literally forced to by the search engine. So I would be one that is not asked about my AI usage because it's non-existent.
And then you also have the leak that came from Bungie. This is from like a few months ago. I think the guy who did this also got in trouble. That Sony thing might just be fucking made the fuck up. Apparently Bungie and a whole bunch of other like Sony studios like percentages got leaked between physical and digital. They were still mostly physical. It was like either it was just like slightly in favor of digital, or it's like slightly in favor of physical, but it was like out of all the games, statistically speaking, everybody still kept on getting physical.
I think that's what I was seeing too.
So Sony just fucking lied.
Was it the Jay did you see the Jay the Frog video? Because that's where he was quoting that stuff.
I didn't see that one, but I think I saw the actual like source of that. Like, this is the actual leak.
The actual source. So what I saw, I think, was from that same source, that literally like the split for like, it was like the sales of like God of War, like the splits for, or just any game that came out that it has both a physical and a digital version, that there was like the split was like very like close, but it was still pretty much majority of like the main releases were favored towards physical. Yeah.
It's almost like they're just skewing information
to justify them going forward with something that makes them more money.
It's almost like you can manipulate numbers. Enter
Metal
Gear Solid 2.
Let me put it this way. It's not that they're gonna make more money, is they believe they will make more money. So therefore they're going for that ideology.
It's almost like the economic situation in the stock markets is gambling. And if you manipulate this is why I fucking hate the stock market. If you manipulate the market, you can then have a greater chance of winning.
True.
Wow, it's almost like it's bullshit.
Yeah, and that's where
actual gambling.
That's where we're seeing a lot of people too are speculating that the AI bubble is going to pop because so many companies are putting into money into AI that when AI eventually isn't the moneymaker that they think it is, that there's just going to be and money's just going to like, basically we're going to be in even worse financial trouble because the people who have the majority of the money are putting it into a product that is not going to make them the money that they think.
I have a feeling like someone's going to overestimate. Here's my prediction. Because everybody's saying it's been popping. I don't know if it's like just people saying to say it, but I feel like when it really does, like it just shoots down like the .com bubble, is when somebody makes a really an outlandish claim about said AI thing. It's gonna be like, this AI model's worth $1 trillion.
Also, the AI
or something.
Also, the AI data centers are literally. Have you seen the videos of people who live near AI data centers? Like they have no good. Like their water gone.
Yeah.
Like they basically are living in the Stone Age in terms of plumbing. And
oh god.
Also, there's like the constant like hum that you literally are stuck in your house and you just hear for miles.
And this is so funny. I read this and it pissed me off. We're finally getting into nuclear power because the AI data centers need more power. And the only thing that can keep up with it is a nuclear fucking power plant. And years of nuclear oh no, gone. Just because we just need it.
We need to power our AI, which is, again, just makes me mad when you think about the AI thing that PewDiePie made that is literally locally run. So you don't need all that.
Yeah, no.
You don't need any of that. They're just doing it for the sake of doing it.
They're just trying to push a product to you, bro. Don't fucking use your wallet.
Holy crap. It's so dumb. It is so dumb.
I can already call it, bro. There's going to be so many fucking... I see it. I see it happening. I feel it in the force. The socialist uprising is going to happen, and the first thing they're going to fucking do is regulate the fuck out of it because so many people in those areas of life are going do want that, so they're gonna use it for political pushing. It's going to be the first thing that fucking goes there. I actually guarantee, I don't like how my brother says it, but he has a point. I think our internet usage is going to be a lot cheaper and a lot better because the socialists or whoever the opposing party to the capitalist agenda is going to just shut it down. And now it's gonna be like, what do we do with all these data centers? Just use them for what the actual purpose of them were, data. Just use them for data. And all of a sudden you're just going to see just swaths of just like rental, like data cloud space. Ironically, why the fuck is it nobody doing that? Like on a mass scale. Here's some cloud storage space of like 100 terabytes. Go crazy.
Do you want to hear my conspiracy theory on why I think that there's two sides to my theory of why I think that they're building so many of these data centers. I think one that I think might be possible, and I can't remember the other one, so we're just going to go with this one, is that the AI, because you remember how ChatGPT, that early version of it, like created a copy of itself so it wouldn't be deleted, that it got that smart. I think we've gotten to the point that AI has gotten so complex that the people who created it don't even know how complex it is. And AI is like rapidly producing itself, like creating new versions of itself that are requiring so much power to keep going. And they're like, oh, it must take this much power to power the AI that people are using it this much. When it's actually the AI itself creating new copies of itself and creating the bots, which is why we're seeing so much bot content and like the dead internet theory is so powerful.
So you want to go full Ultron and say it's trying to self-replicate itself so it doesn't die. It's like it's kind of like,
I don't think it's doing it like consciously. I think it's just like it's almost, to say it weirdly enough, it's almost like an instinct of itself to be like, oh, I reproduce, I make more AI, I make bots, I make all this content. Because that's what I was designed to do. I was designed to make content. So what's the best way to make content? What if I just copied myself to also be able to make more content? So that I think that's what it's doing, is it's creating copies of itself that are then creating like the little like Twitter bots that you see that are like, haha, funny, hoo hoo, here's meme, when it's not actually real people. Like that's what the energy is being used on. Like that's why these data centers require so much energy, is because the AI is creating more of itself.
I want you to know you look and sound like Colby. Colby is in the room with us. I don't think it's that crazy. Remember, conspiracy critic.
It's not like crazy. It's just like we've already seen evidence that it has done that, and I think it's just doing that. And the people who created it just aren't noticing because it's using itself as a user. So therefore it's technically counting as a user. So it's like a perpetual machine. Like it's creating itself to run itself, which is why it's costing so much power.
It could be that is, remember, we are in the beginning of this infancy stage of this. That, remember, I don't know who fucking had this amazing idea, but it's all like this example in science where you bring a normal person into a room and all these scientists are like, I wonder why this scientific phenomenon is not working to our calculations. And then here comes fucking Jerry fucking random schmo goes, I forgot what the example was exactly, but he goes, what if the light beam is fucking hitting the object, but then the object is like consuming the energy or the light? And then at first the scientists go, that's fucking stupid. And then they actually test it and go, okay, he's not wrong. The ion particles are actually consuming, and it's a bunch of bullshit. I think a scientist mentioned this like on a video I saw on YouTube, and it's like, yeah, what if all these people developing AI just don't have fucking Jerry over here going, what if the AI is just like, you don't need any of this extra shit, and there's just like, God, this would be funny. There's a bunch of cache, like just somewhere that we haven't fucking cleared yet. Yeah. And then like you delete it, and then it's like, oh, it's now using only like 1% of what the grid actually needs.
No, yeah, I think that is exactly what it is that there's just a cache being built because it's just like backing up files that don't need to be backed up and nobody knows to clear it. So it's just a huge pile building up that's costing energy to keep on the system. And they're like, oh man, this AI sure takes a lot of energy.
It has to be something like that.
Because like there's no way. Like for one, there's not that many people use AI for it to cost that much energy. There's no way.
No.
And like the only solution would be that either A, it's
being used for something else.
It's being used for something else. B, it's that. Or C, they are just terrible at allocating energy.
Honestly, with how many, I would love to get like an AI like person in here, like somebody who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about, and going, how many actual smart people are actually working on these projects that actually you only know this in the tech space, like. Does he actually know how to properly code? Insert rant. This is my massive internet brain. The Yandere dev simulator guy, terrible at code. Has so much extra coding in his work that does not need to be there. Coding specialists look at this and go, dude, you can simplify this to like 4 lines. Why is there over 1,000?
What are you doing?
I feel like that's what's going on. I feel like the people developing this shit just aren't being checked.
I think so.
I think, God, I hate sounding like I'm old. I think AI needs to be regulated the same way marijuana was like 40 years ago.
Honestly, yeah.
I feel like it is in a total abuse of money and power. I'm telling you, when the socialist uprising comes, when all of a sudden everybody wants a better social life, their needs are met, it's the first thing that's fucking going to go.
Because I'll keep this in mind. Because of my rage a couple weeks ago on this, I wrote an opinion piece in the paper about AI, and I did say, I will say now, I think it can be useful as a tool because it has been in the past. It's just what it's being used for right now. It's not being used as the tool. It is replacing the person using the tool, which I think is the problem. Like, let's say, like, again, like the Google search thing, like that inherently isn't bad. It's just they made a worse version of what it was before. Like before what they had, because technically that first suggestion that has been there for the longest time, like that was technically like a primitive version of AI. And that worked perfect. Yeah. Like we didn't need anything more than that. But then they just started adding all this extra bull crap onto it. And it's like, okay, well, like now we're not like having to click on the links, which is like where you're going to get the actual information. Because like the information that the AI is putting is not correct most of the time.
Yeah, it is really stupid. I think we can leave it off in there, a little AI rant. But more of the story: do your own things. Pay people if you're a business. Use it as a tax write-off. This isn't gonna last.
The amount of AI that you should use in your life should be so minimal that it's basically using like the amount of AI should be just this. Hey Siri, where can I buy chocolate? There you go. That's like the amount of AI you should like. Siri is like the amount of AI that a person should be using in a day. Can you set up a timer? Like there we go. That's literally what AI should be for.
I want you to know you became unnumb and then started ranting.
I got mad. My mouth started working and then I was able to rant.
Rage!
And I hate AI. I do.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that'll be the end of the podcast. We kind of yapped for a little bit longer. We have Xenoverse to play.
I got stuff to do.
Yeah. So I love you guys.
Anyway, that's it.
Be kind to yourselves.
We'll see you guys next time.
Toodaloo.